Hi, good morning. This is just too good to not happen right now. Am I recording? Fantastic. Okay, so I had this really cool experience last week. I'm getting ready for my new year, and honestly, May, June, it felt like I wasn't really getting anywhere. Okay, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm done with the school year. Next year, okay, and I'm probably doing ancient history. I do the season-wise vow, rotate to the 4 years, whatever. So I was thinking, okay, ancient history, I'll get to it. And then this last week, God works in mysterious ways. I know, I've got to share this. We were moving our bookshelves. So let me show you this right here real quick. I don't know if you see it in the dark very well. You see over here is where our 4 bookshelves used to be. Covered in all of our books. I'm like, I know I need these books. And we accessed them and I moved them right here. And as I went through them, I thought, okay, I want to make sure I save out the books I want for this year. And I thought, oh, ancient history. Let's just look there. Now let me just do a quick little insert here why I do ancient history or why I select years. Don't do it if you feel constrained by it. If it's too crazy, don't do it. For me, I do it because there's so much out there. There's so much. There's so much out there that I want to do, that I want to learn, that I want to study. And for me it helps so I can just divide it out into different areas. So I can say, okay, I really want to study the civil rights movement, but I will cover that in 4 years. And I really want to cover, American independence. I love American independence. All these great books on it. But I could put those in the box because I could say, I'm going to use those in 3 years. And of course, our front room will be done eventually, and all those books will be out. But as far as focusing on this next year, I could think, what do I want to learn this next year? So for me, time periods are great. And I think there's great symbolism found in different time periods. For ancient history, I think it's a great time of foundation, of building, and where are we starting from, and where do we want to be? Not where I want to be, but what kind are the fundamentals? And I go through my 7 different monthly themes when I look at it and I say, okay, so what is the fundamentals of happiness? What are the fundamentals of liberty? What are the fundamentals of work and hard work ethic? What are the fundamentals of faith? What are the fundamentals of a service-oriented leadership? What are the fundamentals of society? That's going to be so fun, can I just tell you? And what are the fundamentals of where I should go? So we're actually going to study explorers in April. So I've been thinking about this year. And so what I did is I went through those bookshelves and I took everything off that had anything to do with that time period. And I also kind of knew the science curriculum I wanted to use. It's called In the Beginning by J. Wilkes, I believe it is. And he just goes through and covers the 7 days of creation. And here's me, I thought, the 7 days of creation. Each month I will cover one of those different days of creation too. And so I love when things just kind of fall into place. So you can use my plan or you can come up with your own. But I'm just saying, if you open your mind to the possibilities and just follow the spirit, it's so cool what happens. So I got my 7 months. Kind of in my mind. I showed you that before, how I kind of thought about a few months ago, what are the 7 things I really want my kids to learn? And so I'll just review them. See if I can show you on this page here. Oh, it might be too small. So we have August. So we're kicking off the year. September. Maybe I don't have it on there. Okay, September, October, November, December. December we don't have anything. Okay, I guess in my mind I knew them. I have another piece of paper. So I had the different things for the different months that we're doing. And I wrote them out. And I went through these books and I just laid them all out on my table. I made a pile of things that had to do with history, a pile of things that had to do with science, so I could do those from my different lenses. I thought of piles that went specifically with a monthly theme. For instance, 1 month of society, we're going to study the Romans. I took a bunch of ancient civilizations and I kind of divided them out between the different months. I'm really excited. And so with Romans, I put all the books that had to do anything with Romans or building or architecture in that month because I knew that's what I was going to do. What else am I going to do that month? Let's see, society. So I'm also doing myths. And so I took any myths that in these myth books that I have. I tried to collect really good books over the years. And so I put these different myths in the different chapters of the books. So I'm going through this and it was just all on the table. It was awesome. And it was really early in the morning because I can't do that with distraction of kids as easily. I mean, you can do it, but it's really hard. So get them to a babysitter or just have your own quiet time. It's a lot easier that way. So it's totally worth it. So I went through and I just went through each book and thought, where could this fit in? Or what could this do? And it was amazing how they fell into place. It was just awesome. And so I was doing it and I was kind of arranging here and tweaking this and tweaking that. And I realized I have a full year, but I'm excited because I'm not going to have to stress about what they're not learning at the moment because I can look at the whole year and say, they're going to learn this amazing amount of things over the course of an entire year. That means this week I can just do what I planned for this week and have fun with it and be content with it and play with it and immerse myself in it and do things with it and not stress about, oh, tomorrow. Last year I did each lens on a different day, and it worked. For some reason it was what we needed last year. But this year, say hi, hello. But this year we're going to do 1 week at a time so we can really savor it. It just feels like the right speed for my family right now. So let me tell you the cool thing that happens when you do this. Even if you start out with a blank page and you only have the months listed out, and you start, then you'll come across themes, and you'll come across something, you'll say, oh, that would fit in this one, and you write it down. I know that there's power in brainstorming, and even if it doesn't all happen at once, if you have somewhere where you can put the ideas that God sends you, He will send them to you. So this morning, I was listening to this talk called Patience by Neil A. Maxwell. And in it, he talks about photosynthesis being the most fundamental and important chemical reaction on the planet. Yeah, how simple it is. How it takes light and energy and converts it to food. And it also gets rid of carbon dioxide and uses up the waste. So this is a beautiful, I thought about it even as he was saying it, this is a beautiful comparison to repentance and to turning ourselves to God, the growth of the soul. And I thought, oh, we should totally use this when we're studying plants, because of course that's one of the days of creation, right? When God created the plants. And so I thought, oh, I wonder if that is in the month of work, because we talk about the work of repentance, and there's a cool quote, whatever the cost of repentance, swallowed up in the joy of forgiveness, and just how it's, it's a lot of work. I thought that would be perfect in the month of work for us to learn about that. And so I go home and lo and behold, that is the month where we're studying plants. And so we'll be able to take this idea of work and apply it to our study of photosynthesis and plants and the growth that happens there, and how hard it is to work, but how we need to be patient with it, but how fundamental it is and how it needs to happen every day and all the time to keep our soul fed. So many cool comparisons. Now I just want to share this with you because I know that in the midst of your craziness, in the midst of this in the morning, he's so happy, isn't he? In the midst of everything, whether you're constructing or whatever, if you take a few minutes and just write down those quick ideas, find a place. That's my biggest challenge, is finding a place where it's going to stay forever, but I'm getting better at it. And I've been doing this for many years, so don't give up and be easy on yourself there. But try to come up with a place where you can kind of download your ideas as you come across ideas. Sometimes put them on the side and say, oh, I might use this idea. And then you'll gradually see that if it's important, it'll fit in, and if it's not, it won't fit in. One last cool thing